Hey guys, Bishmeat back with another video, and today we got the SRL recap for the second week that just went on, and today I'm joined with Shiny Shuriken from the Fargo Phalanx, also one of my good friends from the PWD, and feel free to introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody? It's Shiny Shuriken, and I'm excited to be here. I'm excited for this series for our week analysis with Bishme. So this is my first time being on someone else's channel, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and like you said, this is the week two recap. If you guys missed the week one, go ahead, head on to Shiny Shuriken's channel. It'll be in the description to watch that. We did go over what happened in week one and led up to week two. So yeah, let's first start off with the power rankings. So we got a little bit of change. I moved up and Shiny moved up. I went up 2 spots. He went up 3. And just to recap a little bit about our battles, I won with a 3-0 lead. And Shiny, although he lost, I want to say that the disconnect kind of played a little bit into part of that, and he was able to move up 3 spots. So, what do you have to say about the power rankings?
No, I mean I appreciate the support from those who made them. You guys can check out week one for my salty Shuriken tirade on the power rankings. But no, I agree with them. I think they were good. I think I showcased that my team was playing very, very well, even though I made quite a few pretty bad moves, in my opinion, and could have turned that match in much more in my favor. So.
And yeah, like to say, you were going up against the number one ranked, so to bring the match like really close, like you did, just shows that you went up 3, and as we can see in the commentary for the week one, like the flinch really came in clutch in that match.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, without the flinch, I win. I have the matchup done. But yeah, I mean, it's just unfortunate. That's how this game goes sometimes. You guys got to let that RNG come in and let it roll off. And
Yeah,
that's how week one went. So.
yeah. So without a doubt, let's get into our week two matches, and give a little bit of insight on what we were thinking in those matches. Yeah, so his Shiny Shuriken's week two battle, and we'll start it in 3, 2, 1.
All right, we've got. All right, so leadoffs are never my foray. It's definitely my weakest link, and so I went with Goodra because it's kind of a jack of all trades. And right here in the first play, I make a prediction, in the analysis for myself on week one was that I didn't trust my own predictions. I was talking about play rough, thinking about making a switch, and going into Cloister, which would have taken that play rough very well and possibly gotten off a shell smash. Didn't trust myself, so I took a lot of damage from a play rough, but I come up clutch. I get this flamethrower off and actually pick up a burn, which was huge.
Yeah,
Because
yeah. I feel like with the burn, you definitely neutered Serena's attack power there for your next play. Which,
yeah,
yeah,
and you guys will be able to count it how it racks up on kind of my misplays here. I actually like my play of going into Cloister here. I think this is great.
yeah. I
Uh,
liked it too. When you went in the cloister, and then I was like, wow. Like, although even if the play rough does hit, I'm pretty sure, and it doesn't do anything.
well, I mean, it was a crit, so you can see like the crit damage is pretty much nothing.
Very.
Um, but this next play here is where I mess up. I continuously mess up Cloister's speed, even though I use it all the time. Base 80 into base 70. I could have absolutely gone Shell Smash here, and oh my gosh, I don't even know where the match would have gone with a Shell Smash Cloister out here.
Yo, that's what I'm saying, because I was watching it, and like, look, the power whip miss would have put you in such a great position if you shell smash there. Oh
I know.
man.
And I know that Serena's a base 72 on speed, so I was thinking that I was going to go first, so I didn't want to Shell Smash down and take a Power Whip.
Right, I feel you. You didn't want to be faster and then take that at what, -1 it gives you?
Yeah, -2.
Oh, okay, yeah, -2. And
So because I'm not shell smashed here, I'm kind of forced to switch out on the Rotom fan. Like, I mean, I can't live special attacks. For anybody who uses Cloyster knows they can't take a special attack for garbage.
right. And I feel you. If I was in your shoes, I would have definitely made this same play, fearing the Volt Switch, because that would have just given your opponent that momentum.
See, I was contemplating going into Grim here because I did have a max special defense Grim, and granted, I think it could have taken it pretty well. Obviously, I would have come in on a Reflect, which would have been amazing. So there was a lot of missed play opportunities on my part here. But again, I didn't want to take the damage on Grim, so I thought that Goodra, who's already kind of really weak, was the one who I could potentially quote unquote sack.
Yeah, and then use to bring in maybe Grim right after that, and then set up your screens.
Yeah, and I'll say it here. I mean, I'll say it again in just a little while when you guys see it. But I horribly misplayed my G Maxer. I didn't get Grim. I used him a lot, and so it's kind of a shame that I didn't do better with him. But I guess I was maybe trying to force Goodra to work a little bit more.
Right. Because it was a little upsetting seeing it go down in week 1.
I mean, you can see how well it takes the Volt Absorb here. It's a special tank.
Yeah, that did nothing.
Out here, it makes me regret my play 1. I should have kept this thing full health because it absolutely withstands everything from Ninetales, from Venusaur, from Rotom Fan. I mean, it eats all of it. So. Just a shame.
So, what do you think would have been a better lead, without knowing your opponent's lead? What do you think you should have led?
Well, I was contemplating leading with Cloyster.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was thinking about bringing one of my 2 best mons, Mimikyu or Cloyster, and taking the lead off and trying to set up right away and just getting right into it.
Right.
Predicting leadoffs is really one of my weaknesses.
Yeah, like you said, it's not your forte.
Yeah.
But
there's without knowing that it's Serena, I probably would have gone Cloyster. I was just trying to make Goodra happen with all of its versatility.
Yeah.
It hit so many things.
And I definitely I like the lead with Goodra. It just so happened to not work out in your favor because that turn 1 is definitely big. That's where the battle starts, picking who you're gonna lead off with.
Yeah, and a leadoff. I've said this in a lot of streams and videos. A leadoff can really make or break a battle.
Yeah.
Because it automatically is it's the start of momentum.
Right.
So it's tough when you gotta continuously switch around and you've got to take that switch damage. And I think switch damage really mounted up for me in this matchup. When I did lose Pokemon, I don't think I made the best switch-ins. Here, I bring in Mimikyu on the Ninetales. And, I don't think this is a terrible option, but I should have automatically thought to myself, why would I bring this in for the threat of getting burned with
the Fire Blast? Yeah.
A sun-boosted Fire Blast at that.
Yeah, and I, not to downplay your pick, but I definitely would have gone into Grimmsnarl because nothing would have stopped me from setting up screens. I know your Corsa was a little bit on Grimmsnarl for there, so I was just thinking what was your idea behind bringing in Mimikyu?
It was burning out. What I was thinking was burning out turns.
Okay, of the sun and the screens.
Yeah, I was trying to burn out sun, burn out screens, trying to get that reflect down. And I mean, you can see through reflect a non-Swords Dance, or no, I did Swords Dance. What that Shadow Claw is doing. But
yeah, it did. It sure did a lot of damage.
Yeah.
But
so I don't know. I continuously was not making the right plays here. And here I don't know why I wouldn't have gone out into Inteleon to force the switch originally instead of I should have saved Mimikyu for later on in the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I was thinking about burning screens and turns, but So here I go Inteleon again in the video. If you guys watch my video, again I'm walking through exactly what's happening. I'm saying Venusaur is coming in. Venusaur is 100% coming in. But I'm scared. I don't trust my predictions. I don't want to over predict, and all of a sudden I lose the chance to KO this Inteleon or this Ninetales, and then I go down to a Solar Beam.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, like I definitely feel you. Like being in your shoes, like against my match in the BSL, I was like, man, I should body press here, or even in the SRL like last week, I was like, man, well no, it's actually coming up. I was like, man, I should have done this, and they actually do the prediction that I was looking to do to pick, and I feel like definitely something to take away is like you said, you just gotta trust your predictions. Like you gotta, even though it's risky, like that's what wins games. I want to say.
I mean, the Ice Beam would have been through a light screen, but it still would have been solid good damage on Venusaur. And here I make a bad play to bring in Salazzle, but it actually works out in my favor. They end up going for growth. I get really, really lucky that it doesn't break my Sash, because the entire purpose of Salazzle was to run Endeavor Sash.
Mm-hmm.
And it works out. This is like the minute portion of the game where I make some fantastic plays. I predict out that he's going to bring me down to something low enough that it would be impactful, if not my Sash, and I run the Endeavor. It was a call on my part to run this Endeavor set, and I'm so happy that it worked out.
And I do like this Endeavor play. I want to say, but I want to like comment. What was stopping you for going for that sun boosted Fire Blast?
The light screen was still up.
Right.
And Endeavor guaranteed me to get him down to something low, and I knew that there was only one turn of Sun left, so now I outspeed it with Salazzle.
Mm-hmm. So like you get that sludge wave damage on anything he brings in. Yeah.
So I get to KO Ninetales here, which is fantastic, with the sludge wave, and I know that the Sun's back up for Venusaur to come in and KO my Salazzle here, but I pretty much just opt for that. That's what I want to happen, because I don't want to take damage on anybody else. I just want to be able to get Salazzle to go down, bring in Cloyster,
and revenge kill it. Yeah.
So I click off a move to just let it go down. I don't think that there was anything else to do here. Right here is kind of the epitome of my play in this matchup. Is I'm playing very well and very smart. I'm a few turns ahead of myself, which is how I usually play. In the start of the battle, I just really wasn't doing that. I was right in my normal turn.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't trying to think ahead to what my opponent was doing, so it was tough.
Right, and then that definitely like makes the match closer than it would have been, like as you said, when you were at the start of the match, if you were in that normal mindset.
Yeah. Cloyster here is a great player on the team because of this Ice Shard, but again, if I would have originally just gone into Inteleon to force in this Venusaur, I could have had this all set up again, but still had a full health Mimikyu in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
I just kind of misplayed when the Ninetales was in to go into Goodra, to not go, and then to go into Mimikyu, and then not go into Inteleon. It was just missed opportunities.
Well, I feel like Mimikyu might have been fine if you Shadow Clawed twice.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know if the damage through the Reflect would have done enough.
Oh, yeah.
I think it still would have had some health left, so I still would have been in the same predicament.
Right.
Here's where I misplay again. I honestly, I should have just
gone for that Ice Shard.
Attacked.
Yeah.
I should have just attacked. I know I switch into Inteleon here because I run Dark Pulse on it, and I take the damage and basically just hope that Inteleon lives, and it does, and I get the Dark Pulse off with some damage, but obviously I know that it's a G-Maxer.
Do you think that like if you did stay in and attack, what would have been your move?
Well, with Cloyster, he's not especially bulky, so he probably would have gone down. So I
Yeah.
probably would have just put chip damage on it with Ice Shard.
Yep.
I am slower, so I'm not going to get a move off. I wish it would live. Focus Sash, Cloyster is always kind of an option here, but then at that point, the thing is I have chip damage, and I get Inteleon in
Right.
freely. And you saw how much the Dark Pulse does on Gengar. I can 2-hit KO.
With a
The
dark pulse.
problem is that
Yeah.
I don't get to 2-hit it with Inteleon. So now I would have had the G-Max gone. I would have had Grimmsnarl in the bag to come in and Dynamax, or Gigantamax, I should say. And would I have lived against Diggersby and Rotom? Probably not. But again, there's also the misplay that I had on Mimikyu. If I had Mimikyu in the bag,
Hmm.
then I feel a lot better about it because Gmax Snooze is going to basically put those Pokemon to sleep or either force them to switch around.
Well, what was your set behind? I'm sorry, your EVs on Grimmsnarl?
He this week he was max defense, max special defense,
Okay.
and 4 into attack. The darkest, the darkest Lariat, Oko's Gengar. If it's a common max special attack, max speed,
Yeah.
which most of them are. But if Curse Body hits and he's Focus Sash, I also had Spirit Break in the bag to be able to use that if Curse Body took away my Darkest Lariat. So, unfortunately,
Right.
I don't live the hit when I Gigantamax, and that literally was the entire battle there.
But yeah, I want to say definitely like if it was your Grimmsnarl and Mimikyu versus the Rotom, was it? And Diggersby, like it would yeah, definitely don't know how that battle would have turned out.
Yeah, it's interesting. Both of them are kind of resistant to Mimikyu. Obviously, Diggersby, I would only have the Play Rough. I had thought about switching around my sets to put in Drain Punch, but I wasn't entirely sure if he'd be bringing Diggersby or if he'd be bringing Terrakion, because Play Rough hits Terrakion. But
Right.
we'll look to bounce back next week. It was a tough matchup, and like I've said here, I missed a lot of opportunities. There were some plays where I could have done a lot better, where I wasn't trusting my own predictions.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and like I said before, I'll say it again. Definitely, like and whoever's listening, like definitely go with your predictions because that could make or break the battle. And I'd rather like go for a prediction and then be wrong than kind of not make it and be like, oh man, I should have done this. You know, it's like a go with your gut type of thing.
yeah, some switches around on when one of my Pokemon fainted and bringing in a new Pokemon. If I would have played those matchups, with draft battles, I'm always a little bit more quick to my decisions. I don't want to be going to timer on anything, and so I'm trying to be quick on my decisions. And usually, I do tend to take quite a bit of time to think out my decision. I just need to slow down just a hair so I can think out those switch-ins a little bit better.
Yo, I felt that too. Like I feel like I'm always rushing to like make the next move because I don't want to run out of time. And like you definitely gotta take that hair because like once I click the move, I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you. I'm always like, oh man, I should have made this play.
Yeah.
And it's moments after I clicked it.
But yeah, let's not waste any time and get into my battle.
All
All right, so here we got my battle. Gonna hit play in 3, 2, 1. So yeah, this week I was going up against Coach Aboot in the Flatador Flapples, and looking at his team, I was kind of scared. He had that Darmanitan and that G-Max Colossal, and like looking at the G-Max matchup, I was like, man, Rock and Fire versus Fire and Bug. I was like, I do not like this, but Weezing has been coming in clutch in my matches, so I wanted to lead it just to get up my toxic spikes like we seen in the last week. I go for the protect turn 1 just to check what move his Darmanitan goes for, because I'm pretty sure everybody runs like a choice Darmanitan.
Yeah, it's the most common.
Yeah, so like like you said, I took your advice and I put the protect on instead of taunt just so that um, things will take poison damage more, and I appreciate it because it definitely like came down to me having protect in the at the end of the battle.
Oh yeah, protect's a great set uh, when you're running toxic spikes.
Yeah. So here, and then just like I after we seen like Weezing has got like MVP for 2 weeks in a row on my team, and I just don't know what I would do without it. It's kind of like it's kind of been carrying me, as I want to say.
It's not just your team MVP, it's the league MVP right now.
Yeah, it's got like 5 kills. Oh man.
It's doing very, very well.
Yeah. So the rant, I'm pretty sure it was the life orb set. So I just switch out into my Gastrodon because I'm pretty sure that could take a stomping tantrum. Um, Here
Yeah,
I just go for the ice beam or his Zatu. Um,
which is a great play. Um, I don't think a lot of people expect to see Ice Beam. It is one of the common moves, but what we've been seeing so much more in the meta is a clear smog set.
right, to like stop setup.
Yep. So that was a great, opportunity with, and I don't know if maybe here where I was thinking that your opponent maybe forgot that teleport has a negative priority.
Right, because I was surprised. I was like, wait, I'm faster. And then I seen the teleport, and I was like, oh, okay. So like that has minus like 6 priority.
Yeah, I don't know if they thought that they were gonna go for. I'm guessing they did because the Darmanitan switch. They probably maybe thought that they were gonna get Darmanitan in on the Ice Beam.
Right. To like go first. Yeah, I could see that to have Darmanitan tank the hit. But yeah, I had Weezing. I ran the same set as a week 1 with the max defense, max HP, and then like
Nice.
I'm pretty sure Darmanitan's ability is the Guerrilla Tactics, which is pretty much a choice band. So like kind of like with the Obstagoon, without that like boosted power, it isn't doing anything to Weezing.
Oh yeah, and that the icicle crash that hits the Wheezing. It's just like I get kind of blown back by that damage. Oh
Yeah,
my
I'm
god.
like, yo, he ate that up, man.
Yeah, he did.
I want to say right here, I was expecting Coach Boot to go for the psychic move, obviously on the Weezing, and I did say in the video that I should have just switched right into more Pico because
Yep.
psychic against dark is not effective, and then I get a
Yep.
free aura wheel, and right after one I get the +1, and then it was
Yep.
choice banded, so I could have just kept going, and there's no telling like what would have happened
Yeah.
after that.
And nothing would have appreciated getting hit with the Oriole. Obviously, he could go into Durant to kind of eat that up a little bit, but even Colossal would have taken it. But I don't know if he wants to bring in Colossal on the order wheel. So
Right. And then here I just go for the burn up to take off my fire typing, and he brings in Colossal, which has the steam engine, which scared me immensely because I hit it with the fire type attack, and it gets +3 speed. So I'm like, oh man, this thing's about to sweep my team. And I figured if I Gigantamaxed, I would have lived the max Vocalith with the rock move. But it turns out he didn't decide to Gigantamax. Like, what did you think about that?
I thought this was a really bad play. I get where he's maybe thinking that you're going to switch to make sure you don't lose your bug type Pokemon to a rock type move,
Mm-hmm.
but a really bad play resulted in pretty much a complete swing of the battle. Up to this point, it's kind of a wash. You guys are trading tax,
Right.
but this one, like you got to at least go for the rock damage, even if they switch in Gastrodon. Uh, you still get some chip damage out. Maybe it's a Stone Edge. Maybe it's I don't know what you're running, a Rock Slide, but you should have gone for it.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a big thing for me too, which I lost a lot of matches in my other league, like not going for that damage. Like even if you make the wrong play, or like you don't get that setup, you gotta go for that damage, because as you see, it kind of like threw him the game. I want to say in the messages, he, like you said, he thought I was gonna switch out of Senna Scorch, but in my team breakdown, like I had that tech for the Colossal with the Scald, which not like
Yeah.
many Senna Scorches run. And like I want to say, in draft league, you don't know what to expect.
Yeah, that Scald was a genius bring. Really interesting. I didn't know that Senna Scorch got a Scald, but a very, very nice tack to get his Colossal on a one hit. But I also want to say that I am surprised by the damage that GMAX Senna Scorch was able to take from Darmanitan.
Yeah. Well, I was max HP, but like yeah, but still, because the guerrilla tactics was in effect, I'm surprised how well it lived it. But
Yeah,
he said he was scarfed, so I don't know if Band-Aid might have even killed there.
I don't know. Yeah, that was crazy.
And then just continuing on with the battle, he brings in Durant to kill it after that damage from the Darmanitan. And here I just wanted to try to get in my tech with the Morpeko. I don't know if you watched the pre-match breakdown, but I have Reflect and Eject Pact on my Virizion, so that when Virizion gets hit, I'll be able to switch it to Morpeko, and then Morpeko behind the Reflect should be able to take hits and like start to sweep.
Yeah. No, the reflect on Virizian's very interesting. What was the set? I mean, were you defensive to take a hit?
Yeah, I was just max HP and max speed, and
Interesting.
yeah, like thinking back here, maybe I should have gone for a different attack. But I guess the Stone Edge was fine because Verzion gets the KO on Zatu. And like you said, once the Colossal gone down, it was kind of the turning point of the match. And then
Yeah.
like not
Um, it's interesting that you run max HP. Obviously we know that the Durant comes in with the first impression in a very very big miss.
yeah.
Unfortunate on the opponent's side. That probably I think that would have KO'd the Virizion.
Well, I did the calc, and through the screen it would have done around like 50 to 60,
Oh,
because I did have the
You got a
reflect
little
up.
left.
Yeah. So then I would have been able to switch in. I think I would have switched in more Pico there, and then but running the calcs back, if he went for like a stopping tantrum after that, it would have killed the more Pico. So that would have kind of been a misplay on my part. But I was able to just switch into Wheezing because I was scared. I wasn't sure how first impression worked, if he could go for another one. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he said. He can't go for another one after he misses. So I bring in Wheezing to tank that attack, and I throw off a flamethrower. Um, as the reflect goes down, my Weezing's in. He has Halucha, Draco left. You would think that the match is over, but here he goes for an excellent play where I just decide to get some damage off on the Halucha with the Sludge Bomb, and he goes for the Swords Dance. So I'm thinking in my head, oh, he's probably that Sky Attack, Swords Dance, Acrobatics, Close Combat set that most of people see. And luckily, very very luckily, I get the poison here, because I'm like, man, now that I got the poison, I should go for Protect, so that I could live the Sky Attack. And I did run a calc. Weezing lives Acrobatics at like 50, but he does an excellent play and goes for that Swords Dance. So now
Yeah.
a Sky Attack will just kill my Weezing.
Oh yeah. Easily.
And I'm like, yo, did I just like throw the match right here? Like, am I gonna lose? I was scared, but like that's why I want to say that poison definitely came in clutch, because Halucha could have reverse sweeped me. Looking at my team,
I think so. With reflect wearing off soon after, that +4 on swords on his attack. Obviously, here it's gonna Oko the Gastrodon, and then what comes in if that poison wasn't there, the protects on Wheezing aren't doing anything.
yeah,
It's just a kind of a time game at that point. But this is that protect and the sludge bomb poison. It's why I run sludge bomb over sludge wave so often, is because sludge bomb has that 30% chance versus
yeah.
sludge wave with the 10%.
And then that's why I gotta thank you so much for suggesting protect, man. Like well, I mean, if I taunted, I guess that would have been fine. But because I had protect, it just put me in such a better position from the start of the game versus the Darmanitan. And yeah, like with Weezing being able to stall out the Halucha here, it just put me in the position to finish up and get the W. Oh, and I wanted to say the rocks on the Colossal definitely was able to give Halucha the kill here, because as I said in the calcs, it does like around 50 to 60, and the HP that I was at without rocks damage, I would have been above that, and the acrobatics wouldn't have killed. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna support the rocks play.
No, that's the, I want to say that's the great thing that came behind that. But I mean, it would have definitely been a different game if he just Gigantamax and went for the max Vocalith, because I don't know, I'm not sure if you know what it does, but it, for 5 turns, every mon on my side would have taken, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it's rocks damage or fire damage, but like every mon on my team is gonna take damage after that. And I feel like
I'm not too familiar with G-Max Colossus setup yet.
yeah, no, I got it from watching VGC. People run like a Surf Dragapult with Colossal with the Steam engine, so then they could just Surf, and then Colossal gets like +3, and then they go for the Vocalith, and then they hit both of them on the other side. But enough about VGC. So like I said there, with the Centiskorch versus Colossal, he should have definitely gone for the Gigantamax, because he would have gotten a lot of like useful damage on the rest of my team, even if it did go down. And in the end there, with Virizion eject packing out to Morpeko, I did talk to Coach Abu. He said that the battle was pretty much over. He didn't want to play it out because I was dark moved Aura Wheel versus he was locked into Shadow Ball.
Yeah, and I saw the disconnect, and always unfortunate. If you don't mind, actually, I want to comment on the disconnects. So after my disconnect, I did a bunch of research, and Pokemon hasn't officially come out and made any formal statements, but actually their servers are having a lot of issues, and so a lot of battles are getting dropped.
Oh,
I actually
man.
researched the exact error codes, and there's a difference between like AA and BA for the error code. So one person will be the point of drop, basically. Calling back my week 1 disconnect, it's just that the Pokemon servers actually dropped Coach Shibby, and because Coach Shibby got dropped from the Pokemon server, therefore our battle disconnected. So nobody's fault on the disconnects. It's actually on Pokemon.
Yeah, like, and that's crazy, because the company that's holding the game and the servers, like for them to be dropping people, just doing battles, it's like, wow.
Yeah, because I saw the error code come up on your match, and actually it's the same setup. It was actually Coach Aboot was actually dropped from the Pokemon server, and then you were dropped because they were dropped.
Wow.
So it's not on anybody. It's actually Pokemon.
Yeah, that sucks. Hopefully, with the upcoming DLC, they make some changes with the servers. I mean, coronavirus is still going on. Everybody, please stay safe. But if there was a way, I hope that they would be able to improve the servers. Even if they got one guy in there, slowly working on it, it would be much appreciated.
Yeah. Obviously, I mean, we got to be stretching the servers thin for all the people who are at home playing online right now.
Right. So yeah, after that, we'll get into the next segment.
Okay.
So here to finish up, we just got our respective, week 3 matches going into this. So here it's gonna be me going up against Sen and the coach of the Cerulean City Mewtwo's. Both teams going into this are 2-0, and like when I looked at his team, I was like, oh man, he's got not only the legendary Kirim but the mythical Celebi. So I'm like, yo, how am I gonna do this? Look, he does have his week 2 match posted on Twitch, so I did like watch that a little bit to see how he plays a little bit, get some intel. And he brought, yeah, and he brought to both his week 1 and week 2. He brought Bisharp, Celebi, Hatterene, Jolteon, Kirim, Sableye, and Sirfetch'd. So like, what do you think his team like matches up against mine?
Yeah, I mean, Kirim is a great option. It plays very well against your team. Obviously, it handles your Como All, your Gastrodon, your Virizion. Yeah. It can even match up against your Sigilyph, and it'll probably make an appearance because it's a legendary. It's always got that extra speed, extra attack, extra everything because it's a legendary.
Mm-hmm.
Celebi is another great Pokemon. Very, very fast. Lots of good. It's got a decent move pool. Lots of options of how you can run that one. So again, you're definitely gonna see. I think you'll definitely see the core Hatterene, the G-Max Hatterene, the Kirim, the Celebi, and Bisharp. I like Bisharp only because we're in a draft league, so that means we run Wi-Fi battles and not ranked battles, which means knockoff Bisharp is still a thing.
Yeah, definitely, because just coming in and bringing that's from a transfer move, right, from the previous gens.
Yeah. So yeah. It can't learn knockoff in a Gen 8, so it would definitely be a Gen 7 Bisharp you'll see. But knockoff Sucker Punch makes Bisharp a really great Pokemon, and if he can do anything to control speed, such as getting up a Tailwind or setting up webs or anything, if there's any way that he can do that, I don't really see one immediately. Look for that, but otherwise Bisharp's in there mostly for that knockoff Sucker Punch.
Well, yeah, actually, thanks to the site, you get to see which of the Mons have hazard control, and it looks like he has Bisharp with Stealth Rock, Celebi with Stealth Rock, Mr. Rhyme with Rapid Spin, and Sirfetch'd with Defog. So I just want to say this off the rip. I know this is going up before our battle, but I will be able to set up my T-Spikes with Weezing, and he can't do anything to stop that.
Oh, yeah, sure. He can obviously, be careful though, because he can obviously wait for you to switch out the Weezing, get in the Rapid Spin.
Yo, definitely, because with Mr. Rhyme.
Heavy Duty Boots is a really easy bring on Mr. Rhyme. As you know, in the PWD, I had Mr. Mime, and definitely ran the same thing. Base speed of 100 on Mr. Mime. Heavy Duty Boots didn't take any damage, got them off. Rapid Spin gave me another speed boost.
Yeah. And then that thing already being pretty fast with the +1, like you don't want your opponent wouldn't want anything like coming in on that. So definitely played a big part.
As much as it's used for the Rapid Spin and for the hazard control, it's actually a pretty good Pokemon. It's still got a great special attack stat, Mr. Rhyme and Mr. Mime, both of them. And it can do some damage with either getting off a Freeze Dry, getting off a, maybe they run Ice Beam Blizzard, and then of course running a normal Psychic is always a very viable option on Mr. Rhyme.
Yeah, because like looking at my team, like aside from the Kirim with Mr. Rhyme and Lapras just having that Ice Stab, like going up against Virizion, Sigilyph, Mandibuzz, and Gastrodon, like and Como, like those take big hits from that. So
See, if it were me, I'd be on the lookout for Mr. Rhyme against Gastrodon, because Gastrodon is not going to appreciate a freeze dry.
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure that Oko's with probably no special attacking vest.
Yeah, if you are not specially defensive in some sort of build, that freeze dry, I've got some experience with Gastrodon myself, and I took a freeze dry from a Lapras while I was Gigantamax, and it did almost half.
Oh my god.
And I have a special defensive investment, so no Dynamax in this league to save you.
Yeah, man. But yeah, other than that, I want to say I did cook up a pretty good team against his. Like my Gmax Scorch. I don't see a way where he could really hit this hard, except for his Surfetch if it's running Brave Bird. But and like, just to take a note on that, Brave Bird Surfetch kind of goes like crazy on my team, and I gotta watch out for that because I have a big weakness to his flying, fighting, attacks with a lot of dark types and a lot of fighting types. But yeah, definitely Surfetch is, definitely Scorch is gonna have to come in clutch there. I'm not.
One thing you could watch out on the Gmax Scorch, Kyurem can learn Rock Slide.
Oh no.
So Rock Slide could be ran to hit both Gmax Scorch, Mandibuzz. Does okay against a couple of other Pokemon, Sigilyph, of course, taking super effective damage, and then it's a decent move, and offers him that opportunity to probably Oko that Gmax Scorch if you haven't lost your fire type.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I did not know Kyurem gets that move.
It also gets Stone Edge.
Oof.
So it's got some rock opportunities. I was looking for the rock options on Kyurem. And with that base 130 attack.
Yo, legendaries being in a draft battle is scary, I must say.
It's tough. It is tough.
But yeah, against his Hatterene Gmax, I do have something cooked up, especially for that Gmax, and you'll see in the battle. We will talk about it in our week 3 recap. I'm hoping it works out. I'm really hoping.
And I really do think that the core Gmax, Hatterene, Kyurem, Celebi, and Bisharp comes, and the next two I think are kind of up in the air.
Yeah.
Surfetch absolutely could show up because it deals with the team so well, but he could also surprise and leave it in the bag. I don't know if you know, but one of my favorite sets on Surfetch is a Choice Scarf Scrappy.
Wow.
Choice Scarf Scrappy close combat hits everything so hard. Nothing appreciates that absolutely ridiculous attack stat on Surfetch. So
yeah, and then
watch out for a Scarf Surfetch.
Yeah, me like not having a ghost type to really answer that is kind of spooky, but
the Scrappy ability hits ghosts.
Oh wait, yep, I just remembered. Yeah. Well, you just said that, so yeah, like even if that Surfetch is looking like a monster.
Yeah, it looks pretty good in this matchup. I would imagine that it could come. Obviously, it deals with Gastrodon really well. If you run the Brave Bird, it hits Virizion extremely well. Close combat's gonna hit Mandibuzz pretty. It might hit it. It might Oko it if it's Choice Bandit.
Yeah. And I just wanted to ask you, like, what about Type Null? I'm not sure, like, what that does.
Type Null, I get the pick. Gives you a lot of versatility, a lot of options. Type Null suffers from it being the pre-evolution of Silvally. Silvally, I think it's like 80 is all the stats for it. Like it has base 80 on every stat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the poor man's Arceus. And then you've got Type Null, which is it's got base 95. Sorry. Base 95 for everything, and it's okay, but I don't know. Its speed's only 59.
Yeah. Well, all right. Yeah, thanks for that recap. I'm looking forward to this match. All right, team built, did a little calculations, and I'm looking forward to see who keeps their win streak and who gets that loss. So yeah, let's not waste any time and get into yours.
So I am going up against the Glittering Cave Gardevoir with Coach Cat. Um, Coach Cat is at 1-1, and I'm sitting at 0-2. So I'll definitely be looking to rebound. I'm always looking to rebound, right? This is going to be a tough team to rebound against, though. As you can see, she's got a very stacked team with a lot of scary stuff.
Yeah.
Dracovish, of course, in there is a really tough Pokemon to deal with all the time. I'm not super scared of it. I always make fun of Dracovish because of Mimikyu and because of Water Absorb Pokemon and just all of those abilities. It's actually not that great.
Mm-hmm.
Fish's Rend is the only thing that makes it great.
Right.
What do you think?
Yeah, like I did watch a couple of videos on Dracovish, and like if you have, it's really easy to deal with if you expect it to be coming. Like I want to say just on the Pokemon Showdown ladder, like if you don't run a Dracovish resist, you're kind of like easily just gonna get swept by it. But because its only move, like you said, is Fish's Run, that's the only move that really makes it scary. Whether it's Banded or Choice Scarf, like it's really easy to answer with, like you said, with your Mimikyu, the Disguise. After it gets hit, I'm pretty sure that Oko's with the Play Rough, and then
It does.
even if you bring Quagsire with the Water Absorb, I don't see people running anything but a choiced Dracovish. Like Quagsire is just gonna eat that up, or even with Vileplume. Sorry to cut you off, but even with Vileplume.
No, yeah, no, I got you with Vileplume. I've started to see some people run different sets with Dracovish. They're testing out how to use it. I've seen a mixed attacking Dracovish. I've seen a focus sash Dracovish. It's very interesting. The strong jaw ability is good. It does have a good attack stat.
Yeah.
It's just it's a one-trick pony for the most part if you want to use it in competitive meta, and I find that it's extremely easy to deal with. Both from a Mimikyu standpoint, Cloyster walls it. Even Goodra takes a Vicious Rend pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of ways to deal with this thing. Quagsire, of course, my Water Absorber. Vileplume, like you said. There's so many options to deal with Dracovish, so it's not something to be overlooked. But it is something that I'm not super afraid of.
Yeah, and just like a little bit of a touch on it, I feel like its best course of action is if you bring it in on someone like that doesn't have that resist, because if they don't want their Pokemon that's already out to take that hit, whoever they switch into is gonna die. But in your case, well, that's not the factor in your case.
Yeah, and sometimes to deal with Dracovish, you have to make a sack. But you get that perfect Mimikyu in. That Play Rough's going to do a lot of damage. If I get, I could run Galvantula, Thunder would be able to KO Goodra with the Draco Meteor. Cloyster, if I have a Shell Smash up, it's really not going to like Icicle Spear.
Right.
There's just a lot of ways to deal with Dracovish. But the rest of the team, though, there's a lot of great Pokemon on this team. Honestly, I'm surprised they're 1-1 and not 2-0. I need to look back, see if I can catch a glimpse of whatever happened the week they lost, because Gmax Toxtricity is a fantastic Pokemon. I know that was a pickup, but Gmax Toxtricity, fantastic ability. It does have less than desired speed stat and defenses, which does allow for it to get wrecked a little bit, but it's got a great Gmax move where it can either paralyze or poison you.
Yeah, and just real quick, what do you think about your Gmax matchup? Like if it was a Grimmsnarl versus Toxtricity?
It's not great. It is not great in my favor. Obviously, I have that poison weakness, so fortunately, the Gmax move, doesn't it it bounces back and forth between electric and poison for damage or something like that?
Yeah, I'm not. No, actually, the damage will always be electric, but whether it poisons or paralyzes is just a 50-50.
So it could go for a max ooze. She could easily run a special Toxtricity, go for the max ooze, get those special attack boosts off the max ooze. and fire those off to try and Oko my Grim. It is very, very tough. The other piece, though, I want to add to the fact that we started with Dracovish. Quagsire looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I ignore that G-Max electric move. I take the poison hits really, really well. I'm water absorbed, so no unaware, unfortunately, but I could also then, hit it with an earthquake if she doesn't want to switch out.
Yeah. And then just looking at some other threats, like I would say Charizard and Caparaja. Definitely don't want to sleep on those. And then the Weavile. Like just looking at it on paper, outside of the Gmax, which I mean you have an answer to that, I kind of see your team doing really well against this. Even if you don't want to bring in Quagsire as like a wall, you got Goodra that you did think about putting down, but I feel like if she does run a special toxicity, because I don't think a lot of people are on to like the physical toxicity, but I know our friend actually Among Us used that against me, and the physical toxicity is really good, but I don't think people are onto that yet. So like with the assault vest, like you said, I'm pretty sure Gudra could kind of just stall out that toxicity.
Yeah, the problem with a physical attacking toxicity is really more so in the lack of your ability to get those boosts from the Dynamaxing.
Right.
Because that Gmax ooze, you want that stab boost, but then also you get the special attack boost from it. So that's why I think we see so much more. But I've ran the physical toxicity myself, and I actually prefer the physical over the electric.
Right.
So I do have some knowledge of it, but for me, what I'm seeing in this matchup, as far as other threats go, I think Quagsire looks phenomenal in this matchup. So I mean, I'm fine with saying it right here, Kat. If you watch this, bring the Quagsire.
and yeah, like I want to say. I was gonna say there aren't really much answers to that, but I guess she got the shift tree, and the maybe I want to say Charizard's Solar Beam Power Herb, just but I don't not many people run that Power Herb Charizard. And then
on a sunny day shift tree set too.
Right.
And get the sun up for Charizard.
Yeah. Other than that, and then maybe Caparaja Power Whip, but but those are just like 3 mons aside from the rest of her team, which I don't see you staying in or bringing those mons in against what I just said. So yeah, this will definitely be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, it's Drifblim. I don't know. I mean, let's touch on that one. She's brought it to 2 matches. It doesn't have any kills. But Drifblim, I don't know if you know this, is another unburdened
user.
Which,
yeah.
You're very well versed with that Feeble. It can be very scary to go up against that Drifblim. So I have seen weakness policy Drifblim kicks off the weakness policy, gets that unburden, and it's off to the races.
Yeah.
Very, very scary. So.
Because being at base 80 speed isn't even bad to like kick off an unburden with, and then getting those speed boosts is like wow. But I think Grimmsnarl kind of answers to that pretty easily. And then like you said, you do have the Mimikyu with the disguise. I'm pretty sure like if you sack something, Mimikyu could come in and take that thing right out. Looking at
for me, I've had the issue of where like yes, this is a very good-looking team, the Glittering Cave Gardevoir, but I love my team. I think my team looks fantastic. There's so many options. It's actually really difficult for me to pick what
yeah. Yeah, it's just I feel like I have run into that a lot of cases, and I feel like you just gotta pick something that has the move sets to really synergize with each other. You know what I'm saying? And like we're all still learning.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, like we're all still learning how to get the teams that we draft to really work best together when we bring them into each match. And I feel like that's a big thing though to have. When this Pokemon compensates for the other, or one sets up for the other, and this one is a wall for the other. And like in your case where you said like you're not sure what you could bring, what you should bring, because like just looking at it right now, it's like everything does well against hers. So yeah, like you
Yep.
said, is gonna be tough. But I feel like if you could find that synergy, you could find yourself on the board with this week 3 win.
We're gonna try it. We're gonna try it.
So yeah, do you think that you'll run Galvantula with sticky webs?
I've used Galvantula a lot now since I got into this league, and looking at this matchup, I will say that Galvantula looks fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
To slow down the Dracovish, the super effective damage on my Lodic, to slow down the Weavile, even the Bug Buzz on Weavile,
Yeah.
because Ice doesn't resist Bug, so it would still hit it, I think, super effective with the Bug Buzz on Weavile. Um, Obviously, I don't need Sticky Webs for Caparajah, but
Right.
uh, the Thunder on Drifblim, the Thunder on Charizard, you know, it looks so good in this matchup.
Yeah, and just a quick question: what does the Milotic's competitive ability do? I have seen it, but I never really looked into it to see exactly what it does.
I can't remember competitive. I think Marvel Scale is ran more than competitive.
Right.
Um, and well, I'll touch on that one first. The competitive or the Marvel Scale set basically turns it into this absolute wall
Mm.
of a Pokemon, and so you see a Burn Orb when it gets a status condition. It basically I can't remember increases its defense on some massive level or something. But
Oof.
what the competitive does is that when it has a stat change or lowered, its special attack gets increased by 2 stages, so it turns it into a special glass cannon, or not glass cannon, but
Like it'll get that boost.
yeah,
Yeah, so I feel like that could kind of be a counter to your sticky webs, but then in that case, you kind of just kill it anyways. Like you kind of don't care about that special attack. But yeah, other
yeah.
than that,
I'm not too scared of Milotic on a um, if we're Milotic versus Galvantula, because
mm-hmm.
Galvantula's special attack is going to ignore both. It's going to ignore the competitive because it doesn't care that it's a defensive wall. So
Right. Um, and yeah, other than that, I might see her bring in Toxicroak in the back just in case. You know,
I
Toxicity.
don't know if Toxicroak would come against my team. Obviously, the poison is nice for my Grimmsnarl,
Mm-hmm.
but you're already running that in the Gmax matchup.
Right.
Otherwise, it doesn't really do too much against my team. It's poison dark, and I'm not really too weak to dark types.
No, it's poison fighting.
Is it poison fighting?
Yeah. But I mean, even in that case, like it doesn't really do much. I guess it could be an answer for your Onyx and Cloyster, but I don't see you bringing Onyx to this matchup. You know, you might have something planned.
And it's a physical attacker, so it's not going to fire off too much against the Cloyster. And as you can see here, the Cloyster's slower than Toxicroak, so I'm going to let the Toxicroak hit me at max defense,
Mm-hmm.
and then boom, fire off a Shell Smash, and then
Yeah, just another point for like things that might stop the Cloyster. I could see maybe Caparaja if she brings it like at max defense, or even like that thing is kind of a wall versus Cloyster.
yeah, the Cloyster or the Caparaja definitely does stop me a little bit, and could force a switch out. But it's the funny thing about Caparaja, you always think it's going to be a really bulky Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually pretty frail. Its defense and special defense are still only base 69. It's got a good HP stat, but it's actually pretty weak.
Okay.
So I always think about it because it has the ability heavy metal, and the way I always remember that it's got weak defenses is that it's not very heavy metal.
Like it's heavy metal, but that only works for the weight, not the defense.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I could see that, but definitely have to see how she runs that.
I think Raichu could be another good bring too. Raichu's a fast Pokemon. It has great options in move sets with Fake Out, so you get some priority, you get chip damage off on people.
Right.
It can run Volt Switch, it can run Thunder. You can run Thunderbolt if you want to get the accuracy, but for some reason Raichu always seems to hit Thunders against me. So
Yeah, and like I said, it's kind of just hard to see what she brings. I guess we could touch on the Charizard a bit. Um, with
to be honest,
that fire
I think
flying.
the Charizard would be a really
Well,
bad bring.
right. Why do you say that?
I have so many things to deal with it. I've got it
Inteleon.
matches up well against Mimikyu because Mimikyu would only hit it neutrally with ghost damage, but
Hmm.
the Cloyster deals with it really well because you're lacking the ability to set up your own sun because we don't have Dynamax, so you can't fire off a Solar Beam. You could run Sunny Day on it, I guess, but then I'm gonna get my Shell Smash off, and honestly, I'm gonna wreck you with a Icicle Spirit
Right.
or a Rock. I could actually Oko you with a Rock
Right,
Blast
yep.
uninvested. There's just so many things that I have to deal with it. Galvantula, Inteleon, Hitmonchan with Thunder Punch, Quagsire with Scald. Just so many options. I don't know. It doesn't seem like the greatest option.
Yeah, and that's why I say like it's kind of hard to think like what she would bring in a matchup against your team. You know what I'm saying? But it
It'll
will.
be
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll definitely like have to see what she brings out, and you guys could look forward to seeing that matchup on Shiny Shuriken's channel, which is in the description. Make sure you like and subscribe. So yeah, I guess that kind of concludes our week 2 recap. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe to me, and I'll let Shiny Shuriken end it.
all right. Yeah. No. Thanks for having me, and I'm really getting into these weekly analysis videos that we're doing. Next week it'll be over on my channel, and we'll be bouncing back and forth each week. Make sure you guys drop that like on the video, and make sure you hit that subscribe button for Bishme. And if you haven't already checked out my channel, make sure you grab that link in the description below. We appreciate you guys checking it out, and I know I'm having a blast doing this. What about you, Bishme?
Yeah, it's been great. I like going into seeing each other's teams and like looking at our matchups, kind of being that anchor for each other, giving each other that support to like look to do well in this draft league. And I gotta say, I've been appreciating it.
Same. Good comment.
So yeah, we're gonna sign off here and look out for those battles coming up this week.